Good evening and thank you for joining us here on the News at 10. I'm Brian Holmes.
And I'm Morgan Romero. Growth is a tricky thing here in Idaho, where some areas may be bursting at the seams, others may be more empty, at least for some school districts.
We told you last night about a recent report showing Idaho needs more than 100 new schools to accommodate the growth in the state. But what are local school districts seeing and what factors play into that? Tristan Lewis caught up with several schools in Canyon County that are seeing both ends of the growth scale. Tristan?
Yeah, Morgan and Brian, that study predicts Canyon County would see an increase of 23.6% of students by 2030. But school districts like Nampa aren't as hopeful. Since the 2014-2015 school year, they've actually seen a steady decline in its student population numbers. But they believe it has a lot to do with charters being built and families moving into houses outside their boundaries.
It's kind of been an interesting situation for us. We've seen a lot of growth in the city, but we haven't necessarily seen a lot of student enrollment as a result of that growth.
For nearly the last 10 years, Nampa School District says they see about 100 to 200 fewer students each year.
We don't see, with some of our newer higher end subdivisions here, we just don't see a lot of kids in those areas.
The district saw huge growth in the early 2000s, but slowly since, those students have graduated and left.
We had a couple charters move in, which kind of brought our growth down, and we've just never seen it since.
Gem Prep's Nampa location is one of those charter schools to have moved into the area.
In our mind, is another option for families.
Gem Prep says by the time each campus is fully grown, it'll have about 574 students. And when building a facility in the area, they look at population growth, student count, test scores, and more.
We kind of look at it in phases. So phase one for us was Meridian, Pocatello, and Nampa. Phase two is our North Meridian, South Meridian, and our Twin Falls campus. And so that's kind of the phase we're in right now.
In areas like Canyon County, Gem Prep is seeing its waitlist increase. But whereas a public school district like Nampa may not see growth in its students, Valley View, just up the road, is.
We've seen this coming for a long time.
This last school year, the district saw student enrollment jump 8.3%, which is about 650 students. They typically see a growth of 4% each year.
A lot of the rural land in Valley View is up for grabs by home developers, and they're building on our land. A lot of Nampa is landlocked, and so is Caldwell School District's zone.
The district is trying to build more schools to meet the demand by going for a bond.
We want to do right by our students and make sure they get a good education, and that means they need more space.
And while Nampa says current projections don't show their district would need to build another school in the next few years, they still keep track of where growth may be and plan accordingly.
Where are the kids actually coming from, and looking at maybe we need to shift some facilities to meet where the kids are going to be or where they currently are over where we currently have schools.
And Nampa says they felt that same type of growth Valley View was feeling about 15 years ago. In fact, the last time they went for a bond to build a school was in 2007. And that Valley View bond hopes to build 2 new elementary schools, purchase more land, and a lot more. Brian and Morgan.
It's kind of nice that people or school districts can look to other cities and school districts and see how they dealt with it years before.
Yeah, wherever that open land, wherever that rural land is, they can predict that. All right, Tristan, thank you.